For those wondering where part 3 is of my iPod video, it is coming. It'll be the next video, but rightfully so. The fella that sent me the Easy Flash Parallel pointed out that it came to me quite a while ago and I didn't do it first. And while I was excited about the iPod, it was only fair that I go ahead and put out the review of this DS flash cart. So enjoy this video in the meantime, and you'll get your part 3 of my iPod video very, very soon.
Hey y'all, welcome back. I'm going to be unboxing the new Easy Flash Parallel. If I can get this box open. This is they taped it a lot. It came from outside the States, as most flash cards do. All right. I think that's untaped enough, right? Can I just pull it without, there we go. Beauty. Absolute beauty. Let's see what she's got going on here. Ah, yes. So, it's a nice red box. It's got some texture to it, not that it really matters. I actually do keep every box from every flash card I've ever bought or reviewed. I have a whole drawer full of them, but I put, you know, I leave the flash cards in their respective systems and handhelds. I have no idea why I keep the boxes. Can't imagine they hold any value whatsoever, so, yeah. Ooh-hoo-hoo. She's a beaut. Let me get this in the light. So she has a clear reflective, she is a clear transparent, but it is reflective in terms of the light that it's bouncing off at my face. So it says Easy Flash, and it's kind of, oh yeah, it's engraved in it? I don't think that's the right word. It's just a little bit lower than the rest of the plastic is. I love that clear plastic, although I'm just gonna say it now, what does it really matter when it's left in your DS, you know? I'm taking a look around. I'm not seeing anything intrinsically unique about the shape of this. Let me pull out my old school Ace 3D Plus and take a tour around it. Major difference here is that in the particular instance of the Easy Flash Parallel, they've rotated the SD card slot 90 degrees to the right. And yeah, what's great about that is you can put your micro SD card into the system. Oh, this is gonna match my plastic outside shell. So let me just show you what I mean by that. First of all, you have to pull this out of there, and then second of all, you push it into here. Oh, I was really hoping it had like a clicky thing. That would have been an immediate improvement. But when you put it in, you now no longer have the worry that maybe this will accidentally come out. The micro SD card might come out or get shook out or something if it's upside down in your bag, things of that nature. So nice, tasteful. Plus it's closer to looking like, I mean, it's not gonna look like a real, you know, DS cartridge for the fact that it's not gray. If this had the micro SD card slot on the side, you'd never be able to tell from the top that this wasn't a legitimate game. Clicks out easy. Yeah, and I can't get this thing open without hurting it, and I paid $3 for it, so I'd like to keep this in one piece. I wish I could compare the two internally. I know there's some videos that have done that, but you can also tell there's just some major differences here. The contacts come up so much higher on this, and on here, on this one, the gap to the top is the same, but there's just, you know, masking on it, which definitely, I mean, I feel like here maybe you have more exposure in terms of like hurting the contacts more. But at the same time, you're gonna run into less issues when you have that much more contact to connect to. Now, some people might be like, yeah, but once it's in the DS, the contacts of the DS don't come all the way up to that point. And if that's the case, then what does it hurt to still have more contact exposed? You know, it doesn't make any sense if they don't have a need for it. Why bring the black solder mask down any lower? I'm sure it's just like, you know, semantics, and we could argue about it all day long, but I prefer the look of this to the look of this. This is, you know, obviously trying to look like a real cartridge. So speaking of which, let me bring a real cartridge into the equation. There are some differences. This has a little like grippy thing so you could pull it out, which kind of pointless if if Nintendo didn't think to put that on the original games, and they tested it for. They tested this for, you know, hundreds of hours. I can't imagine that there was a need for it. Now, if we're looking at the back sides of these, so many things crack me up here. I mean, obviously they have the grooves to keep the contacts of the DS touching the right thing, but clearly that's not a necessity. You could just save plastic, Nintendo. But it is just interesting to look to see how these three tackle the same, you know, how they each approached the same problem. It's not a problem, but you know what I mean. All right. They still all have the same middle contact that comes lower, same with the end caps. So I'm guessing that those need to touch. The interesting thing is that this has plastic here, like two little rods, whereas this one, it comes all the way to the ends. Now, I took the SD card out of this and I put it into this, and I want to see if we just do that, does it automatically, does it work? I can't imagine it does. I'm sure it has its, you know, own stuff to do. Let's find out. You can have something like SpongeBob or something. Oh my god! It does work! So is it or is it not a clone? Let's find out. Easy DS booting from microSD card. Okay. Uh-huh. Probably still have to do some stuff to the microSD card, but boy howdy, it'd be great if I could just put an SD card into any of these flash cards and it just work. Yeah, I don't think it's going to. Well, let's see if I made it not work on the other one now. Put it back in the original. And make sure that it still works. Da-dun-da-dun. SpongeBob, Atlantis, SquarePantis. Loading. Oh man, I made it poop itself. It's fine. So I'll fix, I have the files still for that, so I can fix that. What matters to you most is that we're gonna get this thing up and running, we're gonna review it, and the link will be in the description for the review, so you should have that in about a week or less. Thanks for watching, you guys. Have a good day.